Bulls fans? It is Adam Harry. I am back again with another Bulls unboxing, and I have a special treat for you guys. It is Scum and Villainy Day here at the Bulls HQ because we just got Punishing One and the Mist Hunter expansion pack. We're going to open up both packs, and we're going to take a look at each one individually here in a second, but pretty pumped. Dengar, the first asymmetric ship, turns left a lot. The Mist Hunter, an awesome ship with some awesome just bounty hunter stuff in there. I'm pretty pumped. I'm kind of giddy like a schoolgirl right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. We're going to open up both boxes and we're going to go through each one at a time. So who's pumped? Raise your hand. I can't tell. I hope you're raising your hand. Here we go. It helps to have really sharp scissors. Okay, so really quick, Punishing One, back of the box. Mist Hunter, back of the box. You see there from FFG. Star Wars, of course they got the Disney logo on there because it's funny. So, oh man, which one do you start with? Let's start with the Mist Hunter since I had to cut that one open. So remove Dengar to the side and the Punishing One. Pretty pumped. The Mist Hunter. This, of course, new Scum and Villainy. Pretty excited about this one. Let me make sure I can get in this box / plastic thing. All right, they're no joke. You definitely have to cut those. There's no avoiding that. So there's all the cards and stuff. There's one thing, one little packet there, and then we'll put that to the side. So we've got that. Put that to the side. There's all the pack components. You can see there, tons of stuff. Maneuver dial. That's what it looks like. And then of course the ship, which I'll take out real fast. And the stand. And of course the little peg for the movement dial. What's nice, this is a small ship as you can tell from the base, and just let's take a look. Let me zoom in here real quick. Let's take a look at the actual ship. You can see there really nice detail work on it, like very impressive, very cool looking. I like the little solar panels. It's kind of a throwback to the ties, but I don't actually know if those are solar panels or not. I'm sorry, I'm not a Star Wars expert on all of the ships, so but it's pretty cool. Yeah, and then the top of the ship. I just love the detail work on it. Love the lining work on it. If you want to repaint this, you totally can. There's the little aft section of the ship, but very cool, very impressive ship. I like it. It's a neat little ship design. So thumbs up from that. Thumbs up from Adam Harry on the ship design for the Mist Hunter. Zooming out real quick. We've got all the cards. I'm going to go ahead and pause real fast and lay these out a little bit nice and neater because I want to take some time and really go through these cards because I think the Mist Hunter and the Punishing One are both pretty big game changers for the Scum and Villainy faction. So I want to take some time and really go through those cards. So here we go. Okay, as you can see here, there is a ton of stuff, tons of cards that come in the Mist Hunter expansion pack. So let me go through them all, starting on the right side there. We've got, of course, the card for the ship that actually goes on the base. So that's what those two are for. We've got the movement dials and all that stuff. We've seen that before. We also have the new tractor beam right there. Those are tractor beam icons, which we'll get to in a minute. We've got the shields. We've got stress, all that standard stuff. We've got even a cloak as well. That's the cloak token right here. And then evade right there. We've got focus. We've got the what is that one? I'm gonna forget. That's not the ion token, but I forgot this token right here. I forgot. Oh well. Moving on. We've got the WW for the target locks and all that fun stuff. But it's really cool. We've got all 4 ships, the pilots, different variations of that, and then we've got all 9 cards. You actually get 2 of the electronic baffles. So pretty pumped about that. We've gone through before in other articles. We've actually talked about each ship. Mentioned them briefly, but we'll go through them real quick. Zuckuss, real fast. He is the best pilot of the bunch. He's a pilot skill 7. All the ships stats wise are the same. They have 3 shots base, which is pretty solid. So it just comes with 3 shots. 1 evade, 4 hull, and 4 shields. So pretty beefy. Along the same lines of like a B-wing or something like that. But man, the 3 standard turret or 3 shots, 3 damage per shot in the forward arc. There's no turret here. Sorry. But pretty solid ship there. Not the quickest as far as evading, but that's okay. Actually, let me flip this over real fast so you guys can see the dial while we're talking about this. So we've got a pretty good movement dial on the ship. Most of the greens, a lot of greens in the one area. It's got a lot of red too in the 3s, and then 2 ahead straight is also a green. So you've got a couple of options, and then there's a 3 ahead straight. It's also a green. So going straight forward, the ship's got some big old engines in the back, as we saw earlier. Can really go forward, no problem. But moving on. So stat-wise, there you go. Its action bar is going to come with an evade, target lock, and focus across the board. It's pretty good there. It's kind of interesting that it does have the evade, even though it's not known for being a super slippery ship. So pretty cool stuff. The G1A Starfighter also comes with, let's see, it's got an illicit upgrade. Which one is that? Yeah, that's the upgrade bar. Elite Pirate Talents for both Zuckuss and 4-LOM, and a passenger slot. And then scanner, I forgot the actual name of it, but it's the radar dish one. So, and then the generic fighters. This one, the Grand Finesman, actually comes in an EPT, and then the Ruthless Freelancer does not have the Elite Pilot Talent, but that's neither here nor there. We're going to look at the abilities. The 2 generic guys, they don't have any actual abilities, so don't have to worry about any special rules with those guys. Zuckuss, however, when attacking, you may roll 1 additional attack die. If you do, the defender rolls 1 additional defense die. So he has the possibility of cranking out 4 dice on the attack. And it doesn't say that's limited to the primary weapon. You can use that with secondaries, except he doesn't really have any secondaries, so never mind. Unless you're using illicit blasters or something like that, but whatever. 4-LOM's pretty cool. 4-LOM, of course, the robot. He is a protocol droid, sort of, mercenary protocol droid. At the start of the end phase, you may assign 1 of your stress tokens to another ship at range 1. So he's got a really cool ability where you can throw your stress to another ship. It doesn't say friendly or enemy, it just says another ship at range 1. So there's already a really cool combo in there with 4-LOM and Zuckuss, the passenger card, who reads, when attacking, you may receive any number of stress tokens to choose an equal number of defense dice. The defender must re-roll those dice. So you can see how that plays together with 4-LOM and Zuckuss rolling together, where you are giving yourself extra stress, maybe just 1 or 2, depending on how risky you want to be, and then throwing that stress on the other ship at range 1, but lets you re-roll those dice. So makes your opponent re-roll defense dice, which is pretty cool. But if Zuckuss is flying and 4-LOM's in the passenger seat here, 4-LOM, when attacking during the modify attack dice step, you may receive 1 ion token to choose one of the defender's focus or evade tokens. That ion token cannot be spent. Sorry, that focus or evade token cannot be spent during this attack, which is pretty neat. So you can give them an extra die and then deny them the die with an ion. Now, again, the ion, you do go to the white 1 maneuver, so you won't be able to ditch any stress or anything like that. And you're going to be very, very predictable, but you don't lose your action. So it's pretty nice. During your activation phase, you only go one white forward, and you can perform actions and attack as normal. So it's not too terrible, especially if you already have them in your sights and you just want to go 1. And if you have no stress anyway, it's not that big a deal. So there you go. Zuckuss 4-LOM as pilots and Zuckuss 4-LOM as crew. There's some really dirty combos with 4-LOM and Zuckuss in other ships as well in the Scum and Villainy range. I'll let you guys talk about that in the comments below or in the article if you're reading this on our main site. So pretty cool stuff. Aside from that, let's talk about some of the cool new mechanics that are introduced with this this set. First off, we have dual upgrade cards. So that's what these are. If you notice, adaptability here is the same word, and they cost 0, but they are dual cards. So this first adaptability, decrease your pilot skill value by 1. Okay, that's interesting. So I go from a 7 to a 6 or 6 to a 5, etc. This one, increase your pilot skill value by 1. So that lets me flip it. So what does this do? Dual cards are double-faced. I'm reading from the card here. Because they do not have a card back, they can be identified by the symbol in the lower left corner, which is the Elite Pilot Talent there. When a ship with a dual card is placed in the play area during setup, its equipped dual upgrade card may be placed with either side face up. So you choose. Dual upgrade cards are not active until they are placed in the play area during setup. Only the face up side of the dual card is active. Dun da da. So this is pretty interesting. If you want to go before your opponent you would move-wise, you would flip your pilot skill by 1. If you want to go after your opponent, you could flip it over to that. There are situations where moving before your opponent will allow you to block them, so keep that in mind. So if you have, if you really want to go first, for some reason, if you wanted pilot skill 0, guys, just make sure that you're going first. Adaptability, check that one out, and it also lets you go before them. So if you're playing the mirror match, suddenly you can now be, for 0 points instead of spending points on veteran instincts, you can now be a little bit faster than them. So in the pilot skill step, that also lets you move first, but then the disadvantage, of course, is that you're going to shoot after them because you're lower pilot skill according to the rules. So if you're higher pilot skill, you now shoot first. So that can really help out. Pretty interesting mechanic there. We're probably going to see more dual cards later on down the road. So we'll take that as we go. Next up, we'll take a look at the Mist Hunter title card. This is for obviously the G1A Starfighter only. It's a title card. Your action bar gains the barrel roll action, which is pretty sweet. You must equip 1 tractor beam upgrade card, paying its squad point cost as normal. So you have to take the tractor beam card down here if you're going to take the Mist Hunter title card. But for 0 points, you get a barrel roll, and the tractor beam is only 1 point. So that is a secondary weapon. So you actually will be able to use that 4-alarm trick there and roll extra dice. Let's take a look at tractor beam real fast, and I'm going to move it a little closer so we can read it right here. So as you see here, tractor beam is a 3-attack thing. It's attack 1 ship, range 1 to 3. If this attack hits, the defender receives 1 tractor beam token, then cancel all die results. So what does the tractor beam do? That is a really good question. I happen to have the card right here. Tractor beam. So what does it do? At least one ship with a tractor beam token assigned to it follows the special rules during these phases. Combat phase, the agility of the agility value of that ship is reduced by 1 for each tractor beam token on it to a minimum of 0. So you steal their agility. End phase, remove all tractor beam tokens from the ship. Okay, so it only lasts for a round. No big deal. The first time a small ship receives a tractor beam token each round, the opposing player chooses one of the following effects. Perform a barrel roll using the 1 ahead maneuver template. The opposing player selects the direction of the barrel roll and the final position of the ship. What does that mean? You can throw somebody into an asteroid, perform a boost using the 1 ahead maneuver template. So you can move ships into or out of position as you see fit. The little note here, this is not an action or a maneuver and can cause the ship to overlap obstacles but not other ships. So pretty cool stuff. Tractor beams do let you manipulate your opponent's moves, which is pretty cool because you're not just attacking somebody with weapons. Now you're actually moving them. You're messing with their skill, their player skill in the game, which is a pretty cool mechanic. So that's tractor beam. So 3 attack. It doesn't do any actual damage. You just receive the token. So that's kind of a funny thing to do with Zuckuss. You could pump up the damage die and then roll an additional damage die and see if they have the extra defense there. So, but that's pretty cool. So Mist Hunter, tractor beam go together. Cloaking device is also included with the ship. So this one's slightly different. Well, I mean, actually, it's the same as the Imperial version, I guess. But it's small ship only. Action: perform a free cloak action. At the end of each round, if you are cloaked, roll 1 attack die on a focus result. Discard this card, then decloak or discard your cloak token. So again, it's not the same as the Imperial one as far as the cloaking device, but what's neat about this is it's an illicit, so you can put that on a lot of other scum ships. So it may not be as reliable as Imperial, but it's definitely there. So keep that in mind. So here's the cloak. They actually give you the cloak and decloak rules as well. I'm not going to go over those because I'm running out of time here, but keep on going. Electronic baffle. When you receive a stress token or an ion token, you may suffer 1 damage to discard that token. Gee, I wonder who that could work with. Yeah, think about that. Instead of taking that stress or ion, you can just take a point of damage. If you have 4 shields, who cares? Just keep on keeping on. So pretty cool stuff. Sensor, that was what that icon is. Dun, 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 hit me just now. So that's it for the Mist Hunter. I know this is running really long, but I wanted to be pretty thorough in all that good stuff. So we're gonna hop over and take a look at the Punishing One, box. Okay, let's dive into the Punishing One box. I've taken the plastic wrap off earlier, you saw that, but other than that, I haven't opened it, so it's like Christmas. This is the ship I was actually probably most excited about for the Scum ships, simply because the Punishing One has got some really cool mechanics. Box is empty. And Dengar himself has got a really neat ability. It's a little pricey, but I think you'll see why here in a moment. So I'm taking this out. There's the base. This is a large ship for X-Wing, and we've got all those. And I'm just going to throw that to the side there. I'll get it later. We've got the component list, all that fun stuff. Unique names, Senor's Loop, all that fun stuff. How to use a large ship, how to barrel roll with a large ship, which is important. Mission setup. He has his own special mission, which is pretty cool. So one of the cool things about Dengar, he has his own mission. And then there's the Jumpmaster dial, which you notice is very weird. He has a white Senor's Loop to the right, which is interesting. Senor, or is that to the left? I think it's actually to the left, because it's going, yeah, to the left. There it is. And then Boba Fett riding dirty with them. Okay. Ship. Let's pull this out real quick and kind of pop. I found that if you pop the little thing on the bottom, it makes the ships come out pretty easily. Just a little pro tip for you. Move that stuff to the side. Let's go ahead and focus in on the Punishing One ship right now, which again I'm pretty pumped about. This is a big ship. Very large. Here's something to scale. Again, you can see the base is the size of the ship. It is asymmetrical, which is not something we've seen in X-Wing before. He does have a weird movement dial to compensate for that, but it's a very cool ship. Paint job wise, design wise, this thing looks amazing. Like, man, it's got battle damage on it. It's got, you know, space gunk. It's got a little, there's a cannons of some type there. So it's kind of fun to fly around. So even the underside's got great lining job, paint job. Looks amazing. The back of the ship, you can see the engines are all dirty and corroded and stuff like that. I mean, thrust comes out of there, so what do you expect? I guess this is some type of exhaust pipes or something, but or maybe some solar panels on either side. It's kind of cool. And then, of course, the front of the ship. Like I said, it's got the just battle damage on it, dirty. It looks dirty and crusty, but that's Dengar for you. He doesn't have to clean his ship when he's vaporizing people. So, but it's a really neat looking ship. It is very unique in all of Star Wars as far as what's in X-Wing so far, for sure. No other ship looks quite like the Punishing One. So very cool. So okay, that's the ship. I'm gonna pause again, lay out the cards like we did for the Mist Hunter, and go over all of those too. All right, I'm pretty pumped about this one. This is the Punishing One expansion set. Everything that's included except for the stands and some of the, so that's to the side here for now, but pretty pumped about this one. This one I really feel like Dengar is going to be a game changer, meta shaker for a couple of reasons. One, weird movement dial. He does some weird stuff. If he's going to the left, he's going to get a ton of green options, and he's got some funky stuff. You can see the dial right there. Very weird. He's just going to take some time to get used to piloting, but I feel like once you get used to that, he's going to do some serious damage. Two, he comes with a lot of really cool upgrade cards, which we'll get into in a minute, but he has some very, very good upgrade cards, not just for Scum and Villainy, but across the board. The guidance chips, I'll get to in a minute. I'll get there, I promise. But let's take a look at the actual ship cards real quick. We have Dengar at a 9. We've got Tel Trevira, sorry if I butchered that, Jumpmaster 5000 at a 7, Popsicle 7. We got Manaru at 4, and a contracted Scout at Popsicle 3. Different variations of ships there. Again, point-wise, they kind of scale up and down. As far as their action bar, they're going to come with the barrel roll, a target lock, and a focus across the board. And then as far as their upgrade bar, they're going to get an illicit upgrade, a salvage astromech upgrade. These guys have EPTs. So, yep, they actually all have EPTs, which is pretty sweet. They all have a passenger slot, and they come with 2 torpedo slots. So this ship is really designed to be one of the first, I think, real gunboats. Specifically designed for gunboating. I mean, you could do other stuff with it, but it's got some really dirty tricks, which I'll get to. but it's definitely the first scum gunboat, as far like torpedo boat. So that's what I mean when I say gunboat. So pretty cool stuff. Stat wise, it does have a 2 turret, so shooting 2 dice in a turret, which is pretty awesome. It's got 2 evade, so it's actually pretty nimble for a big ship. It's got 5 hull and 4 shields, so it's going to be right up there with Dash Rendar. So look out, Dash. So that's me talking to myself. I love me playing Dash, and this is actually a really bad mashup. So I'll get to why here right now. Punishing One is the title. I'm going to go through the titles before I go to the abilities real fast, and I'll show you why. The Jumpmaster One, this one is kind of weird. People think this is really overpriced. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. It is the title card for the Punishing One. Jumpmaster 5,000 only. Increase your primary weapon value by 1 for 12 points. That's a lot. Personally, I would have liked to see this be like something a little bit lower, like, I don't know, 8 points. But the reason is, if you put that on Dengar, read his ability real quick. Once per round after defending, if the attacker is inside your firing arc, you may perform an attack against that ship. Okay, so if you're getting shot at, he can return fire with 3 dice back. So you shoot me with 3 dice, I shoot you back with 3 dice. If you happen to be at range band 1, I'm throwing 4 dice back. Theoretically, he can throw out 8 dice a turn. He's going to attack you for 4, and then he's going to shoot you back when you shoot him for 4. So I can see why they wanted to make that 12 points, because throwing 4 dice out around twice, so you're actually throwing 8 dice out, is really good, especially when you have a turret. So pretty dirty stuff. Moving on. So that's Dengar's ability, and that's why Punishing One, I think, is 12 points, the title. Over here we have Tell. The first time you would be destroyed, instead cancel any remaining damage. Discard all damage cards and deal 4 face-down damage cards to the ship. That is so cool. You get a reset button. Not only do you get to just say, all right, whatever damage cards, whatever crits I had are now gone. I now have 4 fresh face-down cards, and I'm flying around with 1 hull left. Come at me, bro. So it's going to take 1 more shot to kill Tell, which is pretty awesome. Over here, Manru at 4. His ability, or her ability, I'm not sure. Maybe it's an alien, so whatever. At the start of your combat phase, you may assign all focus, evade, and target lock tokens assigned to you to another friendly ship. So this becomes like a really cool Hawk 290 type ability where you're just tossing out helpful stuff to somebody else. So if you have a target lock on a ship and you don't have a shot right now, you can just toss that to somebody else. Or you could actually set this up so that you have a ship who didn't get a target lock last turn but has, I don't know, plasma torpedoes or something ready to rock. You can then toss them your target lock and they can fire when they have the shot. So pretty cool stuff. It's a great support ship. The Contracted Scout doesn't have nothing crazy there. So that's the ship cards. Moving on really quick, we're going to go through the upgrade cards really fast. I already talked about Punishing One. Plasma Torpedoes is a great choice for Dengar. It's a 4 attack, range 2-3. We've seen it before, but after it hits, you remove an extra shield token from the defender as long as the attack hits. So potential to do 5 shields worth of damage, or 4 or 5, whatever you want to talk about. He's got some really cool, unique passengers now, which we're going to talk about here. So he's got 3 total. He's got Boba Fett, Dengar, and Gonk. Now, I've already written some stuff about Gonk. We've talked about it on the main website quite a bit. Not Gonk, Boba Fett. Never bet the Fett. Boba Fett is a game changer. If you haven't seen the card yet, here it is. What does he do? He lets you attack an upgrade. So after performing an attack, if the defender was dealt a face-up damage card, you may discard this card to choose and discard one of the defender's upgrade cards. That is huge. This directly attacks the metagame. This lets you take out, I don't know, engine upgrade, Kyle Katarn, the Emperor Palpatine, you name the upgrade card that has most annoyed you in a game, you can now take it out of the game. So check that out. Boba Fett, pretty sick. Game changer. And he's only 1 point. Paul Heaver, the guy that won Worlds and everything like that, actually helped design the card, and his thought on it was just having Boba Fett around is enough of a threat. He doesn't think that you should really spend points on guaranteeing that crit, but there are many, many, many ways to do that to help you with your crit chances. So pretty cool. Moving on, Dengar himself. So when attacking, you may reroll 1 attack die. If the defender is a unique pilot, you may instead reroll up to 2 attack dice. Really good ability, especially coupled with the fact that, I mean, he can't be himself, obviously, but when he's riding with somebody else, if he was riding with Talavera or something like that, or the Manaroo, or in the Mist Hunter, whatever, anybody with a passenger slot, he can re-roll those attacks, especially if you're attacking unique pilots. Pretty cool stuff. Gonk is another passenger, even though Gonk's a droid, but whatever. This bad boy is probably like one of my secretly favorite cards out of the set. The reason is, again, unique astromech droid that is a passenger. He lets you do stuff on action on turns you wouldn't normally need to do anything. So if you're just flying around first turn, you spend the first action you do is just place a shield token on this card. And then you fly around during the game. You can spend an action and remove a shield token from this card and recover 1 shield up to your shield value. So he functions like a scum version of R2-D2, although not quite as efficient because you have to spend 2 actions. But if you load him up at the start of the game when you're not really in range to do anything anyway, he can really come in handy. R5-P8 also comes with him. It's pretty sweet. After you've been attacked once per round after defending, you may roll 1 attack die. On a hit result, the attacker suffers 1 damage. On a crit result, you and the attacker each suffer 1 damage. So if you couple that with Dengar, you're now throwing back 4 dice at range 1 or 3 when you're being attacked, and you can also chuck another attack die at him and just risk taking the point of damage. So just the possibility with Dengar, Punishing 1, and an R5-P8, you're doing as much damage, you're actually doing more damage being shot at versus when you're shooting at them. So the potential is there to do quite a bit of damage. Feedback Array is another illicit upgrade here. This one, during your combat phase, instead of performing an attack, you may receive 1 ion token and suffer 1 damage. To choose 1 enemy ship at range 1, that ship suffers 1 damage. It's 1 auto damage, boom, no need to worry about that. And it doesn't say anything about discarding this card or anything like that, so you can keep doing that if you wanted to. Rage is an action card. It's an elite pilot talent. Assign 1 focus token to your ship and receive 2 stress tokens. Until the end of the round, when attacking, you may reroll up to 3 attack dice. Which, I mean, it's Bosk, so I can see why he's angry. But he's doing that. So we also have the overclocked R4, which is an astromech droid. During your you actually get 2 of those, by the way, so you can see. During your combat phase, when you spend a focus token, you may receive 1 stress token to assign 1 focus token to your ship. So it's a way to get back your stress, your focus. If you need to fire with the focus, but also defend with the focus, it's a great way to do that. Guidance chips, which is an amazing upgrade. It turns your missiles and torpedoes into actually scary, because if you have 2 dice, once per round when attacking with a torpedo or missile secondary weapon, you may change 1 die result to a hit result. Or if you have a 3 or higher on your primary attack, you can actually change it to a crit, which is pretty nice. Guidance chips, I'm positive, is going to show up in a lot more lists. And then last but not least, we have the Mind Link card right here. Scum only, each time you are assigned a focus or stress token, each other friendly ship with the Mind Link card must also be assigned the same token if it does not already have one. So it's a great way to toss out some focus. And it's an elite pilot talent, so you can toss that out. If you want to have 1 ship focused the whole time, both ships get focus. Pretty cool stuff, but then both ships get stressed, so keep that in mind too. Dengar 1 and the Punishing 1. Dengar and the Punishing 1, Jumpmaster 5000. You know what I'm trying to say. Really great ship. Really cool box. We got the Mist Hunter too. Super awesome. So I can't wait to go fly these ships. Happy Scum and Villainy Day, everybody. It's Wave 8. I'm stoked. I really feel like this Wave 8 set just kind of opens the door for Scum and Villainy as a faction and just really makes them something to be feared. Not that they weren't scary already, but now they have lots of really good options, lots of really cool, unique ships that do different things from Imperial and Rebel, and they kind of have their own niche of being tough and agile, but also have a lot of dirty tricks too. So really excited about this release, really excited about Wave 8. Go out there, X-Wing pilots, go play. Go, stop watching my video, go play. This is Adam here from Bull, signing off. Have a good one.